Sure, yeah. So I work for the Centre for International Governance Innovation, which is a think tank based in Waterloo, Canada, and we're known as CIGI. We focus principally on international governance challenges, global governance, financial reform, international law, and global security. So I think the challenges facing think tanks related to the Africa, or in Africa related to the Paris Agreement are fairly significant because we're looking at a truly global phenomenon in climate change and one that's moving at a rapid pace. And I think it's incumbent upon think tanks to really be able to work together. And usually think tanks have tended to operate in silos or work together only sporadically. But in my view, I think it's really time for think tanks to start working together more fulsomely and collaborating with other think tanks, viewing each other not necessarily as competitors but as collaborators, because not every think tank has expertise in every area, and climate change is not an economic issue, it's not a political issue, it's not a legal issue, it's not a scientific issue, but it's all of the above. And I think it's going to require think tanks, and not just think tanks in Africa, but think tanks more generally, to be able to work together to leverage collective expertise to deal with what is in reality one of the most pressing global public policy problems of our time. Yeah, I think the Paris Agreement does take into account the challenges of climate change in Africa, and because again, it is a truly global phenomena, and this is a global framework treaty. But the reality is the bulk of carbon emissions don't come from Africa, and the other side of that reality is the effects of climate change will be felt most readily in Africa. So I think again, it's incumbent upon the global community to treat this as one of the most pressing challenges that there is, to come up with a solution that meets not just the needs of Africa, but the needs of the world more generally, and the need to effectively decarbonize our economy without stunting growth. From the Africa 2016 Think Tank Conference, I think you can start to see the emergence of a network of think tanks that, as I said earlier, that are going to be working together, because the policy problems that we're collectively dealing with are becoming increasingly complex. And as I said, not one think tank has all the answers. It's important for us to be able to work together, and you're starting to see that network forming right here, right now, where think tanks are forming partnerships, are looking to leverage existing resources, existing capabilities, and existing talent to deliver better policy prescriptions to policymakers in the here and now. So I think the biggest takeaway is the formation of a truly Pan-African network of think tanks.